Ghost Guy Daniel here. Got another strange snooze segment for you. This one from my own home country of Canada. So I'm very excited. There we go. Got $925,000? You can buy a haunted hotel and saloon in an Alberta ghost town. If you've watched these before, you know I do not pre-read these articles. I like to be surprised in the moment, just like all of you. So excuse me if I screw up on any of the words. Last Chance Saloon and Rose Deer Hotel been used in movies. Interesting, what movies? It's a picture of it. It's a hotel and the saloon. Early 1900s, community of Wayne and blah, blah, blah. Hotel and saloon were built 108 years ago. Now, if you're not from Canada, you might think that's kind of young. Like if you look at some of the old saloons and buildings down in Tombstone, Arizona, in the old Wild West, you're like, oh, that was the early 1800s? I don't think the 1700s. Probably the early 1800s onwards. So you'd see buildings that were preserved for well over 200 years. But Canada's Wild West, so to speak, Alberta, wouldn't have been founded until much later. In fact, the most historic parts of Canada are Quebec, with the French being here first, and then for the British, Ontario, and some of the Maritimes. But when you go out to the prairies and out to BC, it's much, much newer. It was once the set for the Jackie Chan movie Shanghai Noon, and now you can have a chance to own it. The Last Chance Saloon and Rose Deer Hotel were built in 1913 in Wayne, Alberta, now a ghost town about 150 kilometers from Calgary, north of it. The historic hotel is one of the oldest remaining in the province, and the saloon is a frequent stop for thirsty tourists. The property has endured the passage of time as a popular destination for those traveling through Alberta's Badlands. It's like a Wild West kind of feel. It is also said to be haunted. Yeah, no, it always amazed me, these wood structures being preserved. I'm sure they're not easy. I mean, if you're in a brick house or a brick structure, then it's much easier, much more solidly built. Asking price is just under $1 million, and it's up for sale. There's the owner. There's a picture of the inside. Not sure if I'm a fan of the design. I don't like what they've done with the... I know what they're going for, but I don't feel it. You know what I think they do? If you buy this place, by the way, this is recent. This is May 12th. This is this year, so it's like yesterday. So very recent. So if you're watching this when I posted it, you have a chance. And really, $1 million in today's market is really not that much, sadly. But yeah, no, come on in, buy this, and what you need to do, take it from me. I have all the great ideas. Go in and just kind of like tear everything down here and build it up like a real original Wild West saloon. That's what I would do. Be a huge tourist thing. I know there's a big responsibility to keep the historic value of the place going. We're the last remaining building from the old glory days, so it really is an important location. In Drumheller too, that's well known. If you don't know, that's well known from dinosaurs. The fossils of dinosaurs were found in that area, that region. Property remained as coal mining faded. So early 1900s, the community of Wayne had 2,500 residents, primarily for the coal mines. So I guess you could consider that our gold rush. Of course, coal's not as cool as gold. A hotel and saloon were built in the serene and beautiful Rosebud River Valley, and eventually the coal mining industry faded, but the property remained. So the current owner has been there for 8 years, running it as the saloon. He put his own spin. There's the valley that it's in. It's beautiful. He put his own spin on the place, fixing up the hotel rooms, decorating with historic memorabilia, using the saloon as a venue to celebrate live music, passion for live music. However, circumstances have changed for Arsenault, who said the property is no longer viable for him because of a divorce. And there are other factors too. This says so much. Take it from somebody who's gone through the horrors of divorce. I can tell you that says a lot. I feel for you, man. I am getting old and we are quite busy. We? I wonder who he means by we. Musicians, mediums, and paranormal. This is the meat of it. For now, we're still in business as usual, operating under health guidelines for COVID. Arsenaul's sad at knowing he would eventually leave it behind. He said it's a viable business. I hope he's being honest. I think he is, because I see this place. It looks beautiful surroundings, very unique experience. But it is a popular spot for paranormal groups and mediums. The hunt for a brush with the supernatural. Quote, "There's still all kinds of energy here and we feel it all the time. I've had my own experiences like pipe tobacco." Makes sense. "I smell that in our former billiard room every now and again, and there's no reason for it. And just things out of the corner of your eye, a female spirit is what I seem to see every now and again. However, Arsenault isn't worried ghosts could deter a prospective buyer. To be honest, that's added value." Thank you for saying that, Mr. Arsenault. People do come for that. I need to put this out there. Chances are, if you're not a believer in the paranormal, you might not even be watching this video anyway. But that is huge. I mean, any bed and breakfast, in hotel, especially if you're not in a tourist center, this is something to show off. And I'm not saying fake it. Do not fake these stories. That is, any investigator will hate you forever, and the word will spread like wildfire if you're caught faking these stories. But if you do have real ghost stories from legit psychics and investigators who have exposed this stuff, highlight it, talk about it, put it on the website. I mean, there's so many out there who do this, and I know for a fact the whole ghost industry in general is on the rise. It was like rising in the 90s, and then it dipped, and now it's back up again because it's found its groove. It's all about the story over just stumbling around the dark with tools, which is great to do when you're doing it, but to watch on TV, not so exciting. Sorry, comments. Okay, I'll come to those in a second. But yeah, as a final note, just with added value, yes, Mr. Arsenault, you are correct, sir. I just read a couple comments just for the fun of it. "I may have the money to buy this, just not the interest." How dare you, Darnell? You buy it, unless it's like a paranormal slight. But if not, then I understand your financial decision. Wilson Rose, "The fallout from the anti-everything rallies is going to put a lot of properties up for sale." I don't know what that means. I don't care. I'm not going to get political. Mary Anderson, "Another casualty." Oh, no, it's getting down that road. Yeah, is there any regulars? "I'm in Alberta. I've never heard of this place before. I'm going to have to put it on the summer to-do list." And I think that's it, right? It's unique. One must be, there's something else. Okay, so there's a cool bridge leading up to it. "This is an awesome spot. I hope that someone with deep pockets buys it and builds the surroundings up. Very cool. This is a lovely, characterful place to stop for a drink or something to eat." Thank you very much. And you know what? I'm happy to see these upvotes. Usually people only upvote the negative, which they did. Here, we got a couple. But to focus on the positive. Actually, tell you, if these are people from Alberta, you're a very positive bunch, and I like that about you. Okay. That's it. Hope you enjoyed Strange News segment. I will be doing these more regularly. I'm really enjoying them. If you enjoyed it, please like this video. Please subscribe to the channel. I am a very, very tiny little baby right now in the world of YouTube, and slowly building it up. So if you're loving it, show me some of that love in return. I don't know. Anyway, thanks for watching.